Hi shooters, Trueshot Technologies here. Quick little video on our 1022 Bravo target sights that we are kind of reintroducing. We made them for a couple of years and then discontinued them and bringing them back due to popular demand. It's a real nice sight set. We're going to cover a quick installation on it here. At the install is real simple. The results are fantastic. Take your standard 18-inch 1022. We're going to use a stainless just because of better contrast. Shows up better on the video, I believe. Because these parts will be black anodized. We're making them in black only. And it's a real nice sight set. We're going to start off by laying the gun on your workbench on its right side. Just take a piece. This is like an old beat up piece of 1x2 piece of wood or something under the barrel. Take yourself a punch or something similar to it. This is a 1/4 inch. Put it in between the dovetail points on that front sight. Anything that'll fit in between and not damage the points on that dovetail. And just tap it from left to right. Tap your front sight out. That one's already been out, so it came out a little easier. Some are harder than others, but it will come out. Not a big deal. Next, you're going to take out the 4 small filler set screws that are in the receiver. I recommend getting one of these Huskies. If you don't have a screwdriver for this kind of stuff already, I recommend one of these Huskies from Home Depot. They're cheap. They come with 4 different blades, 4 different sizes. Pick the right size that fits the screw. These are already out, but when you take them out, take those, put them aside in a little sandwich baggie or something along with your front sight, you know, keep everything together. Remove these 4 screws and take a Q-tip with alcohol. Or a pipe cleaner. If you have a pipe cleaner, get it wet with alcohol. Clean these threads out real good. That's the next step. Okay, with the front sight out, we're going to put the new front sight in. This is the new front sight. It's kind of a HK style. It's got a dovetail milled into it. And it's got a set screw, 632 set screw on each side of the dovetail. Reason for that is these dovetails milled into these barrels, excuse me, they're going to vary just from cutter wear at the factory, age, and whatnot. So what we did is we cut them as close as we could to fit older barrels and newer barrels. You want to slide this dovetail in from the right, opposite of the way you took the old one out. And this goes about 2/3 of the way, and then it wants to stop. Get yourself a piece of 1/4 inch wood dowel. Tap it back out. And take a little file. You can use one of these little needle files. You can use a piece of folded up sandpaper or even a nail file and just file a tiny bit off the tops of the corners of the dovetail. This way you can take a little bit off until you get the right fit. Now some of you guys are going to have a loose fit just because of the wear and the cutter wear and the differences from the factory. So I'm taking off a few strokes of each side of these points on this dovetail. I hope you can see what I'm talking about. You can also take a little bit off, very little bit off each point on the rifle sight band itself. Just do that until it slides in snugly. And that just about did it right there. That's a real snug fit now. Then using blue Loctite, I'm going to use Gun-Tite. You guys can use Loctite 242 or Permatex Blue, any semi-permanent thread lock, and I suggest that on any and all firearm accessories. And the front sight is installed. That easy. The reason for the set screws are for the ones that are loose. For the ones that are loose, the set screw pulls the dovetail up into the dovetail. If you know what I mean, the sight dovetail will be pulled tight up into the rifle dovetail. And with the blue Loctite on there, it's not going anywhere, believe me. So once again, if you can see this, the base of that sight is the same thickness as the base of the dovetail part of the barrel band. So all you got to do is center it with your eyes. Get as close as you can. You can always loosen the 2 set screws and tap it left or right when you get to the range to get your windage set. But you're going to see the rear sight has infinite windage adjustment anyway. You'll also see inside there is a black sight post, SKS AK style sight post. That's a Tapco made for SKS. It's an M6 by 0.75 thread, so you can add any other sight post on the market that will fit the length. You shouldn't have any problem on these. And then if you want to get tactical about it, you can add a slip-on flash hider. These are NC Star, the short ones they make. They look cool if you like that kind of look. They also protect the barrel muzzle and the sight. By the way, all these parts on the front sight, the rear sight, and the rear sight base are all precision machined from aircraft grade aluminum, and they're all black anodized now. We used to sell them painted, now they're all black anodized. So that covers the front sight. Okay, moving on to the rear sight. This is the rear sight base. Again, these are all aircraft grade aluminum, precision machined, CNC machined, and black anodized. This is the rear peep sight, and this is the Picatinny Weaver rail that will go in front on top of the rear sight base. We provide high quality Forster screws to screw these on with. All the screw holes will line up to your receiver. Get your handy dandy little Husky screwdriver or whatever screwdriver you happen to have. And you're going to want to put the rear sight base on with the 3 front screws through the rail and through the sight base. And I'll screw those in real quick. Okay, the rail and the rear sight base are on. Now you want to add this little short screw that comes in the kit, little tiny Forster. Can you see that? If I can see what I'm doing, there you go. So the short screw goes in the back last, and I'm not Loctiting these just to save time. But put that in. Take your rear sight with the peep, the counter sunk side of the peep facing to the rear. And we provide these thumb screws that have a purposely deformed thread as a locking feature, and center the rear sight. This rear sight is infinitely adjustable. To adjust it, you back one side out, tighten the other, then tighten the first one. As small of a change as you can make with your fingertips is how fine of an adjustment you can get for windage. And that's basically it. As long as you have Loctite on those 4 screws here and on your 2 set screws on the front, you're set to go. And we'll do a quick overrun of the gun. It's in a Tacstar stock, this one happens to be, but I'll show you the whole thing together. Alright, here's the gun complete in the Tacstar stock. It's going to look different in yours, but it's a nice setup. It's a real nice scope setup. Real nice, super fine adjustment rear sight. Elevation adjustable front sight. You're going to be so amazed when you see the difference in the sight view to the other sights on the market and the factory sights, obviously. By the way, you don't have to remove that factory rear. Let's set a scope on there and show you that it does hold a full-size scope. Alright, here it is with a full-size 3x9 Swift scope on it. Fits no problem. That's on a one-piece mount. You would probably want to get lower rings to keep it as low. One more thing, these sights are designed to be low profile. They will not co-witness. We believe co-witness. That whole ordeal is designed for the AR-15 gang and the AR-15 rifle. They will not co-witness. Personally, I don't think I want anything in the way of my red dot when I'm using it. However, they're low profile enough that they will give you a nice clear picture through, say, a TRS-25 without any interference, and there will be no interference from the front sight for any scope you put on here. Saddle height from the top of the rail to the top of the rear sight is roughly 5/16, 312. So that'll give you an idea of scope rings to look for. And that's the new, well, renewed, brought back to life Trueshot Technologies Bravo target sights. A lot of people in competition shooting use these before we stopped making them, Appleseed and such. It's a great sight setup, simple to install, extremely fast and accurate. Thanks for watching the video. Price on these will be $79, and that will include shipping to your door, 2-day priority mail. Leave any comments or questions. Give us a call if you have any questions. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and have fun.